Okay, students, here we are with the guitar part for the special arrangement for guitar and piano of We Three Kings. You'll be able to find this arrangement as a PDF on my website, musicwithmichael.com, musicwithmichael, all one word.com. And what we're going to do is we'll have 3 videos. This first one will go over the first page and some key points in the first page. And then we'll do one for the second page, and then we'll see a video or make a video of the whole song all the way through. So we're in the key of E minor, and we start with an E minor chord. So I'm not going to have to do anything with my hand here. I'm actually just going to use the top 3 strings and the bottom string, the E, low E. I could play this if I wanted to with my 2 notes there, but I'm not going to pluck them, so I don't need to press them. If you want to, you can have them there in case you miss, then you still have a nice sound, but the part is actually not for these 2 notes, it's just for the open strings, so it'll sound like this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. 2, 3, 5, 6. One, two, three, four, 6. 2, 3, 4, 6. One, two, three, four, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And there we go. That is the first page. Let's go over a couple of points. As I mentioned, the first point is just the open strings need to be strummed. The low E and the top 3 strings to make the E minor chord. Gives it a nice classical sound rather than... You could do that too, but the part is written for just the top 3 strings. So I want you to try to do that. Just jump your thumb to the G string when you're strumming. See that? Notice my fingers are very anchored to the body of the guitar, so I can feel where I'm at. Okay? Next, let's go to the melody. And now I'm doing what you call a pull-off, but you don't need to do the pull-off. I'm pulling that finger off and making that sound, but you don't really need to do that. If that's uncomfortable, you could just pluck it. Okay? I want you to do what's easiest and not try to force anything, okay? Now, the other cool thing is that when I'm playing the melody, I'm letting this low E string ring, and that gives it a nice echoey feel. So it'll sound like this. See? I didn't stop the sound. I let it ring, as well as these 2 strings are still echoing and ringing. So it gives it a nice continuous feel of harmony during the melody. That's the first thing, so see if you can do that. You just don't touch the string, basically. That's all you need to do, is not touch it so it doesn't mute, and then it keeps sounding. And then that phrase repeats, And then we have the new phrase. Okay, so what I did was I'm walking up, walk up, and here's my 4-finger position. It's important to be sure your fingers feel comfortable jumping onto those 4 frets, because then it makes it very easy to play that 3-note slur. Okay, so again we're walking up, switch, switch, and right there. Now, as I was telling my other student, we want to keep your fingers close, and we want to practice getting to that position without playing the phrase first. Just get into that position. Then your fingers get used to doing that, and you don't have to think about that position while they're also thinking about playing the notes. It's kind of like my analogy of the wide receiver in football needs to first catch the ball and then run with it. Sometimes they'll make an incomplete pass because he's trying to run already before he has the ball. So in this case, we're catching the ball right here. And we're not going to run just yet. We're just going to practice catching it. Ready? Stop right there. Catch the ball right there. Okay, do it 2 or 3 times. In fact, my rule of thumb is 2 times in a row. Easy and comfortable means you're ready to add the next part. So if you need to do it 3 or 4 or 5 times, by all means, take the time to do that. It's going to make this part really easy. And you're right there. Okay, so let's break that down a little bit. You want to make sure that you can continually play, catch the ball and run with it this time, all in one motion. Okay, and once we can do that, then we're down here. Watch here. Number 2, right there. We want number 2 because we have our number 1 right there ready. And if you want to be fancy, okay, if you don't want to be fancy, you just play the E and you strum. But if you want to be fancy, then you'll play 2, and then you pluck both the low E and the high E. And that sounds nice. So again, this is the last 2 measures of the first line, measure number 15 and 16. 2, pluck both strings. You see that in my head? Yeah. There you go. Let me scoot over here. That's what I'm doing. And make sure you can see it in my left hand. And strum. And there's the first page. So, again, if this part is a little too tricky, you can just play the single E, and that'll still work. Because the guitar in this arrangement is playing the melody, and that's the important melodic note right there. So good luck with the first page, and when that feels comfortable and smooth, and you can play the whole first page together without any unnecessary pauses, then you're ready for the second page. All right, good luck.